Hi, I'm Fiona, the physio with pelvicfloorexercise.com.au, and today we're going to look at troubleshooting with your electrical stimulation machine. One of the most frequently asked questions that we get is people contacting us saying, my machine cuts out at 5 milliamps, it won't go any higher. This is actually a safety mechanism in your machine. It's telling you that there's something wrong, so the machine is actually working. What's happening is, and I'll demonstrate with my machine here, I've got my electrode attached to my lead. If I turn this on now and I try to turn it up, it will only let me go up to the 5, and as you can see it's dropping back down to 0. That's because the circuit's not complete. If the electrode was in the vagina, contacting the vaginal walls, that would complete the circuit and allow me to turn my machine up. So if this was happening, I'd have to think, well, why aren't I getting contact? One of the main reasons can be there may not be enough lubrication on your electrode, so try some water-based lubrication. It may mean that you're not contacting both sides of the pelvic floor, so the walls of the pelvic floor muscles. That may mean that you need a slightly larger electrode. If you sit up a little bit, have your electrode inserted and sit up a little bit, that can bring the walls of the vagina a little bit closer, or the walls of the muscle closer. The other thing you can try is doing a pelvic floor contraction as your machine starts to stimulate the muscles. So as the muscles contract, they'll shorten and tighten around the electrode. If none of that's working, then you can test your machine. And what you need to do that is a glass of water, a bit like a science experiment. So my machine, I have everything attached. I'll turn it on and you put just the electrode into the glass of water. Now the glass of water will complete the electrical circuit, and to test if my machine is working, I now start to turn it up, and you can see that the milliamps are now coming up. So my machine is perfectly okay. The problem is that it's not getting correct full contact once the electrode is inserted. One of the other things you can look at, if for example, as I pop that in there, it still was only going up to the 5 milliamps, I would now need to come back up the line and test my lead. So if I remove those and I hold the lead ends together and I turn my machine on, again, if my lead is working, I've completed the circuit and I should be able to continue turning the intensity up. If at this point I could only get the intensity up to say 5, I would know that there was a problem with my lead and I would just need to replace the lead. The most common cause of the leads and the electrodes failing is rough handling of the lead or of the electrode. The wires inside the electrodes and the leads are really quite delicate, so you do need to ensure that when you remove them, you do so holding onto the firm part of the lead, and please don't wrap your leads around your machine because that can damage the wires. And with your electrode, again, don't store it with the leads wound around it, and when you remove and insert the pins, make sure that you're holding onto the firm part as you insert and remove. Don't use the more delicate part up here to pull it apart. So for most times when we're contacted about the cutting out, one of those issues will be the cause, the lead or the electrode. Thank you for watching. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact us on info@pelvicfloorexercise.com.au.